This weekend, we celebrate the Birthing People's Day. A cyber attack shuts down gas production on the east coast of the United States, and Dogecoin has a huge drop after Elon Musk's appearance on SNL. These stories and more on your May 10th Not So News update. Please like and subscribe if you're looking for daily news content, and let's dive on in. Starting us off from the New York Post, a congresswoman criticized for using the term birthing people. Obviously, this kind of just hits on, all the issues that have been going on in terms of PC culture. And I think it takes some time for us to just reflect on what the issue with political correctness is. There isn't anything inherently wrong with trying to be respectful of other people's beliefs, other people's views, other people's identities, but the biggest issue that we have is when the speech is being done for a preference of in-group signaling over the preference of conveying information, which is the primary need for communication. So kind of with that in mind, we look into the story going on here. A Missouri congresswoman is being widely panned after calling women birthing people in a speech at the Capitol Thursday. Representative Cori, a Democrat, made the comments while discussing how doctors dismissed her pain during her 2 pregnancies. I sit before you today as a single mom, as a nurse, as an activist, a congresswoman, and I'm committed to doing the absolute most to protect Black mothers, to protect Black babies, to protect Black birthing people, and to save lives, Bush told Congress. Bush's son Zion, now 21, and daughter Angel, now 20, were both born prematurely. The freshman lawmaker repeated the gender-neutral language in a Thursday tweet. Every day, Black birthing people and our babies die because their doctors don't believe our pain, Bush wrote. So, the main issue with these types of comments is even in her, desire to try and be gender-neutral, she actually used the term mothers in the same comment. I'm committed to doing the absolute most to protect Black mothers, and then to protect Black birthing people to save lives. I think what we clearly see here is just this dismissing the obvious need of the use of the word mother and father to refer to the people that birthed you into the world, and rather uses gender neutral language to just kind of diminish the special role that a mother has in one's lives, in the same way that we saw attacks on Father's Day with the whole happy Father's Day mom, where this acting like the role of a father isn't unique either. I think it's really important to say that mothers and fathers both have a very important role in the growing up of a child, and that is their legacy. There was a really good quote by Dave Chappelle in his latest interview with Joe Rogan, that if you think you are a good person, you should have children and give your views to those children going forward. I really just feel like this language kind of diminishes that special role that a mother and a father have with their child. Coming from American military news, a cyber attack shut down the largest U.S. gasoline pipeline, 45% of East Coast and southern regions. Main thing is we can expect gas prices to have a huge jump in the upcoming weeks. I know I've already started to see a bit of a jump as a result of this attack. Well, I don't know if it's from this attack, but I have seen a raise in gas prices. On Friday night, the largest U.S. gas pipeline announced it had halted its operations after it discovered it was targeted in a cyber attack. The pipeline provides about 45% of the fuel supply along the East Coast and southern United States. In a company statement Friday night, Colonel Pipeline said on May 7th, the Colonel Pipeline Company learned it was the victim of a cybersecurity attack. In response, we proactively took certain systems offline to contain the threat, which has temporarily halted all pipeline operations and affected some of our IT systems. I really, in some ways, I was really predicting a story like this to happen. If you remember, we've been doing a lot of talks about infrastructure in the last week, and notably one of the biggest things not talked about in the infrastructure talks was defending the grid that we currently have in the United States, as well as any type of cybersecurity. Instead, we're talking about childcare and those types of aspects of infrastructure that aren't infrastructure. These are the types of things that you could probably get 100% consensus that there is a reason to protect our national grid, specifically because it's a monopoly sponsored by the state. And we ought to use tax dollars to defend something that we're saying the state has a monopoly on. Coming from the Washington Post, debris from a Chinese space rocket booster lands in Indian Ocean near China, reports. This ended up happening on Saturday night. Parts of a Chinese Long March rocket fell into the Indian Ocean near the Maldives. China's Manned Space Engineering Office reported late Saturday night, ending days of international speculation over whether plummeting rocket debris might be scattered over a populated area. There is no immediate reports of damage from fallen debris. Videos on social media showed the 22-ton Long March 5B, which had been drifting uncontrolled in low orbit for days, blazing a trail of light over the Arabian Peninsula as it burned up during descent. The Chinese agency said it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere at 10:24 p.m. Eastern Time before finally landing at 72.47 degrees east and 2.65 degrees north, a location in the ocean southwest of the Maldivian capital, Malé. The vast majority of components were ablated and destroyed during re-entry into the atmosphere, the Chinese agency said. The space track program said in a tweet, "Everyone else following the Long March 5B re-entry can relax. The rocket is down." The big thing with this is something I'm personally not sure how we should handle is how do we protect citizens from these types of events. I'm assuming this was an accident. I think everyone would say it's an accident, but how do we control another country's space program to make it so this type of event can't be used in a similar way that a missile attack could? We can kind of imagine if this type of thing ended up landing on in the middle of a city, it would kill thousands of people. And there needs to be some type of way that we have a control over this, or preventing this type of thing. And I'm not sure really how that would be done, and how we could prevent another government from essentially creating missiles by just having bad technology being sent into space. Finally, coming from The Hill, Dogecoin drops after Elon Musk calls it a hustle on Saturday Night Live. I think really this just kind of looks at the skeptical nature I've continuously held when it comes to cryptocurrency. Specifically, I don't really see a significant difference between it and the dollar. The difference is I don't invest in the dollar. I invest in companies and the likes of that. But I personally don't see the real reason why anyone would want to invest in these type of cryptocurrencies. I'm very open to there being a use for them, but I think the way that they're kind of pushed in the media, in my opinion, seems like a hustle, as Elon Musk said on his Saturday Night Live appearance. The value of Dogecoin dropped early Sunday, shortly after Elon Musk called the cryptocurrency a hustle during his hosting appearance on Saturday Night Live. Just for the record, the hustle was a joke. Dogecoin, which was listed around 65 cents on crypto exchange Binance before the show, dropped 28% to 47 cents after Musk's appearance, according to Reuters. Musk's appearance on the show's weekend update segments as a fictitious financial expert, Lloyd Ostertag, when asked about Dogecoin by co-hosts, Musk explained, "It's the future of currency. It's an unstoppable finance vehicle that's going to take over the world," he said. "I get that, but what is it, man?" Co-host Michael Shea asked. "It's a cryptocurrency you can trade for conventional money," Musk responded. "Oh, so it's a hustle," Shea asked. "Yeah, it's a hustle," Musk replied, letting out a laugh. Musk's remarks came days after Tesla CEO and SpaceX founder warned investors to invest in cryptocurrency with caution. "Cryptocurrency is promising, but please invest with caution," he tweeted. Obviously, I'm not out here to give financial advice. Most investing, you kind of want to be smart about it. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Diversity is normally a good thing. It's normally safe. And personally, I just haven't seen a real reason to invest in cryptocurrency over any other type of business. And this is your May 10th Not So News update. Once again, please like and subscribe if you're looking for daily news content, and have a good one.